Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about quantum biology. Before getting into quantum biology, let me give a small introduction to quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics, it's a fundamental theory in physics that describes the physical properties of nature at small scales of the order of atoms and subatomic particles. It is the foundation of all quantum physics, including quantum chemistry, quantum field theory, quantum technology, and quantum information science. To understand the weird nature of quantum physics, let me discuss Young's double slit experiment using electrons. Double slit experiment with electrons. The double slit experiment discovered that electrons and all quantum particles both exist as particles and probability waves. Quantum particles existing as probability waves means that we don't know for certain where these particles are. We can only know the probability of where they will be. In other words, particles can be here, there, or up and down at the same time. In quantum realm, it's really magic. It's an illusion. Now let's discuss about quantum biology. So what is quantum biology? Quantum biology is the study of applications of quantum mechanics and theoretical chemistry to biological objects and problems. Many biological processes involves the conversion of energy into forms that are usable for chemical transformation and are quantum mechanical in nature. To understand quantum biology much better, I am going to discuss about Erwin Schrödinger's most famous book, What is Life? This book is written in 1950. Nobel laureate Erwin Schrödinger's What is Life is one of the great science classics of the 20th century. It was written for the layman but proved to be one of the spurs to the birth of molecular biology and the subsequent discovery of DNA. The book focused on how can the events in space and time which take place within the spatial boundary of a living organism be accounted for by physics and chemistry. In the book, Schrödinger introduced the idea of an aperiodic crystal that contained genetic information in its configuration of covalent chemical bonds. In the 1950s, the idea stimulated enthusiasm for discovering the genetic molecule DNA. So this is the life in quantum level. It consists of organisms, then organ systems, then organs, tissues, cells, which interact. After that, it interacts in the which we can explain in molecular biology. Then, for further explanation, we need organic chemistry. For example, to understand our emotions, we take the help of neurotransmitters, which are chemical in nature. But when we go in depth, again deeper into these, emotions and the processes which are happening in our body and mind, we need quantum physics. Next thing I want to discuss is about enzymes. You are familiar with enzymes. Enzymes are proteins that act as biological catalysts. Those catalysts accelerate chemical reactions, So how quantum tunneling is related to enzymes? That's what I am going to discuss now. See, quantum tunneling is the quantum mechanical phenomenon where a subatomic particle's probability disappears from one side of a potential barrier and appears on the other side without any probability current flow appearing inside the barrier. Quantum tunneling occurs when light atoms such as hydrogen are involved. These studies will eventually help to understand the mechanism of tunneling in enzymes and find out if certain enzymes incorporate subtle nuclear quantum effects into their catalytic cycle. Next thing I want to discuss is about photosynthesis. How quantum coherence helps in photosynthesis in living cells. Let's see. See, quantum coherence deals with the idea that all objects have wave-like properties. If an object's wave-like nature is split in two, then the two waves may coherently interfere with each other in such a way as to form a single state that is a superposition of the two states. A quantum system can exist in multiple states or places at the exact same time. In other words, something can be here and there or up and down at the same time. It's magical. See, photosynthesis is the process by which green plants and certain other organisms like bacteria transforms light energy into chemical energy. During photosynthesis in green plants, light energy is captured and used to convert water, carbon dioxide and minerals into oxygen and oxygen-rich organic compounds. The world of science was shocked when a paper was published about the experimental evidence for the quantum coherence happening inside the bacteria during photosynthesis. Quantum coherence happens inside a living cell. When two quantum-sized particles, for example a pair of electrons, are entangled, any change to one will be instantly reflected in the other, no matter how far apart they might be. Though physically separated, the two particles act as a single entity. There is strong evidence for quantum entanglement in noisy, non-equilibrium system at high temperatures by determining the timescales and temperatures for which entanglement is observable in a protein structure that is central to photosynthesis in certain bacteria. This research is done by Berkeley Lab in US. Next thing I would like to discuss is about migration of birds. That is the migration of European robins. Let's see. 1/5 of Earth's 10,000 bird species migrate over great distances, crossing seemingly insurmountable obstacles as they follow the seasons. Scientists have long wondered how birds read Earth's magnetic field to navigate. European robins may maintain quantum entanglement in their eyes a full 20 microseconds longer than the best laboratory systems, say physicists investigating how birds may use quantum effects to see Earth's magnetic field. Quantum entanglement is a state where electrons are spatially separated but able to affect one another. It's been proposed that birds' eyes contain entanglement-based compasses. Conclusive proof doesn't yet exist, but multiple lines of evidence suggest it. Findings like this one underscore just how sophisticated those compasses may be. Next is DNA mutation. Like every other particle, the atoms of our DNA have inherent quantum properties. Recent research suggests that the quantum strangeness one often associates with physics laboratories may actually be having an effect on our DNA and playing a role in genetic mutations. Every cell in our body has 3 billion nucleotides in each DNA strand. A coded recipe book for all of the proteins that make us structurally and functionally a human being. Any change in this code of 4 nucleotides constitute a mutation. Quantum biologists believe that the cause of these point mutations may be attributed to quantum tunneling. At the atomic scale, every particle exhibits a dual nature known as wave-particle duality, made famous by Young's double-slit experiment that some of you may remember from school physics. Next thing I am going to discuss is about olfaction. Olfaction or smell is the most mysterious of senses and is wrongly regarded as insignificant by most people. The initial event in the process of olfaction is the recognition of an odorant molecule by the olfactory receptors, which are proteins found in the olfactory epithelium. Olfactory receptors respond not to the shape of the molecules but to their vibrations. The theory provides a detailed and plausible mechanism for biological transduction of molecular vibrations in elastic electron tunneling. In a non-biological system, inelastic electron tunneling is a non-optical form of vibrational spectroscopy, relies on the interaction between electrons tunneling across a narrow gap between metallic electrons and a molecule in the gap. In a biological system, such as the olfactory system, this would involve the tunneling of an electron between a suitable donor molecule and specific electrically charged amino acid residues within the olfactory. See, next thing I am going to discuss is about quantum cognition. See, quantum cognition is an emerging field which applies the mathematical formalism of quantum theory to model cognitive phenomena such as information processing by the human brain, language, decision making, human memory, concepts and conceptual reasoning, human judgment and perception. The same fundamental platforms that allow Schrodinger's cat to be both alive and dead, and also means two particles can speak to each other even across a galaxy's distance, could help to explain perhaps the most mysterious phenomena, human behavior. That's all. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks a lot.